One thing that I have struggled to do is to share a house with someone, as with a stranger. I've struggled from the beginning, from since I came to UK. I found that very, very challenging for me. And one of the, I'm just going to list some of the challenges that I faced, and I feel like even up to now, it's still a challenge. I don't think I'll ever get used to it. Okay, sharing a house with a stranger is always very difficult, but because you want to save money, you still have to do it, right? Because sometimes you cannot afford to have a full house to yourself. If you want to save money, you just have to share. There's a time when I moved to London, and London is very expensive, and I shared. I was in a shared house with 3 floors, and each time we went in the kitchen, the amount of people, I was even scared to leave my food in the fridge because you don't know what people are going to do. You don't know these people. They're complete strangers. I found it very, very, very difficult. And then after that, I looked for another property to rent with other people, and I shared with this couple. It was a boyfriend and a girlfriend, and I was using the other room, and there were 4 of us living in that house. It was a bit better, but here's the problem: there are some cultures who can brush their teeth in the sink, they can spit in the sink. I struggled. My God, the hygiene, and they're brushing their teeth. Like, ah, my God, you cannot do that. Please stop. I just couldn't stop. I just can't cope with that. And what did I do? I ended up moving out to a bed sit. Decided to live on my own. And I was in London and I was paying nearly £1,000 for that bed sit on my own. I stayed in that bed sit for 12. How much ever did I waste? Why didn't I? Well, the reason why I said that because I was studying. So I was in uni and I was working at the same time. So I was paying my tuition fees. Can you imagine? Working, paying tuition fees, paying rent. I didn't have a mortgage and all that. So because for me to afford it, I was working day, I was working night for me to afford that life of living on my own and paying my tuition fees and all that. Guys, it wasn't easy. But still up to now, I cannot share with someone who because of brushing people who brush their teeth in the sink or not even uh the hygiene people, they're not very hygienic. And the other thing again, I didn't know that people live with dogs in their houses. When I first came to UK, I was like, why is the dog in the house? And I there was a garden, so I had to open the door for the dog to go out. The owner of the dog went mad. He, s- he said it. He said words that even up to now I was like, "Oh, no need for that. I didn't know." Okay, I didn't hit the dog. I just opened the door so that the dog can play in the garden. The guy was like, "This dog has got the right to be in this house better than you." I was like, "What do you mean?" Okay, I didn't know that people can live with their pets in the houses, right? I come from a home where we had dogs, but not there was a kind of security dogs, and these dogs never lived in the house. They always lived outside. But in the UK, they live indoors. They eat good food. They are part of you. They are your pets. They sit on the sofas with you. They do all that, and that was something that I was learning to accept. I was learning to accept. And it was a challenge. I was like, "Am I going to be living with people with pets?" Okay. And then I realized that we had this guy which we lived with. He was a messy guy already himself. And then I lived with others as well who lived in a house. They were very, very messy as well. And I was thinking, am I ever going to find people who are clean with pets? That was not easy, guys. That was not easy. Even up to now, I've got a pet of my own. I've got a pet, but my pet, I wash it. I My pet is clean. The cleanest pet ever. She showers. I put it in the shower. I make sure I buy shampoo so that she doesn't have that smell that she has. I do everything to make sure that she doesn't have all those fleas and everything. She goes to the vets. She's vaccinated and everything. and she's clean and she's trained. You never see her messing the house. If she was someone else like that, it's still okay. But then it's not everybody who's like that. So these are the challenges that I see most of you guys you can be facing, and just keep going. And one day you understand that these people live with pets, and if you don't want to live with a pet, you can just find your own house. Find your own house. Make sure you tell people that you don't want to share with people with good pets, but at the same time, you don't know how hygienic these people are. Maybe there are those people who brush their teeth in the sink and they can just spit in the sink. You also don't like that. So sharing a house has always been a challenge, even up to now. If I want someone to share my house with, I'll always say that you cannot brush your teeth in the sink. You always go in the bathroom to brush your teeth. So I always tell them what they need to do and what they shouldn't do. It's part of it because I've realized that people come from different cultures and they have their own ways of doing things, and I have to say this I cannot accept. I can only do that if the house is mine or if I'm the one who is the lease agreement for that property. Okay, so yeah, yeah, so yeah, that's what it is. Sharing is hard. It is hard. What do you think? Are you sharing? Are you sharing with anybody? What are your challenges that you're facing? Leave them in the comment section. Let me know what's going on. What challenges are you facing? Let me know so that others we can actually share and find ways of navigating that, and also we can find ways of making ourselves comfortable at the same time saving some money and having a good quality life. Guys, thank you for listening. I'll see you in my next video. You take care. Bye.